Hello everybody! Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Sorry, I've been trying to get this go live for the last couple of minutes now, and for some reason YouTube wasn't letting it work for some reason. But now it's working, so we're on live. I want to, like I was saying earlier, I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. I hope it's been a great holiday season for everybody. It's been a great time. I thought I would just take this opportunity to just talk to you guys a little bit and show you what we're working on and a few other things. First of all, many of you maybe have watched my video on the M3 Grant. I messed up big time on this, and some of you have pointed out it right away until after they went live, but this is the Academy Lee, which I did put the wheels on, or the bogies on properly, and the Grant. And actually, I know some people have given this a bad review over the years, but it's actually a very, very nice kit. And, you know, they talk about it sits too high and some other things, and honestly, it sits exactly as the same height as the Grant does. So either one of these kits are really good options for you. Hey, also, and since we're talking about the Grant, I've started work on the framework for our big diorama, so I am going to go through with that. This is going to be our rock wall in the back corner over here, like a sheer rock face, and then have like a pond or an oasis in here with palm trees and the little Grant off to the side. So it should be a fun little thing for it. And also, since we're talking, many of you guys see the 3D printer going on in the back. Well, I've printed much more of my giant dinosaur. We've got now most of the spine and the hips in place, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. I still have a ton of work more to do on it. In fact, we're printing up the legs right now, and it's about 60 hours of printing I've got ahead of me. So, quite a bit right there. And hey, while I'm on the subject too, this afternoon I was talking to a friend of mine. His name is Uwe Feiss, and some of you guys may know him. He's been an author of tank books for many, many years. In fact, he originally started off with, he was the Signal and Squadron Signal books long time ago. And I was just talking to him, he's got a brand new book coming out probably in about a month or two. It is on 100 years of German armor. Now, obviously, German armor is a passion of mine. I love doing all the different things. And this is a fabulous book. It's going to be a hardcover, really thick book. It's going to cover everything from the A7V, you know, that big giant box-looking tank that the Germans came out with, and Ming and a few, some other company came out with it a long time ago too, all the way up to the Leopard 2A6. So it's going to be a fabulous book. In fact, what I'm going to do is I wrote it down on here because I'll end up spelling wrong. But if you go to this website right here and go on his site, he's got lots and lots of books on German armor. You might want to take a look at there, and also it has a little preview of the new book that's coming out. So he's told me as soon as the first copies come out, he's going to send me one out so we can do a review and show you guys the quality of that book. So really excited about that. So yeah, and a few of you were talking about the T-Rex. I'll hold it up again for you. So we're talking just over 2 feet right now, and then we've got about this much tail coming as well. Plus it'll probably sit about, the legs will probably be that high. So monster piece. That little Cetus 3D printer back there is a little workhorse. It runs basically 24/7 in the store in here, and I just love it. I love doing all the 3D printing stuff. So and when I was telling you about the diorama too, I've been working on that, really planning it out a lot too, and I found some really cool pictures online. If you punch in just Oasis in Tunisia, there's some color pictures, and you just would have never thought the water would have been this blue and just beautiful on it. So really excited about doing this diorama, and hopefully we'll have it out in a few days. You know, maybe a week. We'll see on it. So Happy New Year's again. I don't know what part of this was live, what part wasn't in the beginning of the video. It looks like it was going in and out for a while there. It just kept saying. So hopefully you guys can still, well, actually you can. Am I a parrot head? Yes, I am. I love Jimmy Buffett. I've never got the opportunity to see him in public. I mean, yeah, in public. Live, I should say. But no, I love Jimmy Buffett music and have loved it for many years. So, and that's what I wanted to say. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a really great holiday and New Year, and it's going to be a great 2018. I'm really excited about the new year coming. up, and hopefully you guys are too, especially for modeling. We live in the greatest time ever for modeling, guys. There is so much stuff coming out and so much high quality detail stuff. It's just an incredible time. So hey, since we've got a few minutes, I'm about to close up in here for a little while, so that's why I thought, hey, I'm going to go talk to you guys on there. Oh, another thing. Mediocre Modelers Club. I want to see what you guys are working on. I've set up a thing on Facebook. If you go on to Facebook and just type in Mediocre Modelers Club, or you can find the link on Andy's Hobby Headquarters on Facebook. I'll immediately approve you guys. You can come on there and post all your stuff on there. We just started it just recently. We have 900 guys almost on there now, all showing off their work. Some really, really great modelers out there. So I really want to encourage you guys. It's free, of course. It's just Facebook. You go up and put up all the stuff you want on it there. So it's great to see. So let's see, it looks like there's a lot of guys tuning in right now. We got some people from all over the world. Happy New Year, like I said. I'm just so excited about everything, guys. It's a really incredible time. Let's see, if we answer up any questions for you there. Let's see, thanks for all the work. I appreciate all you guys watching too. 2017 has just been a whirlwind of a year, and I'm really, really excited with it. It was just some great time. In fact, we're about to hit 71,000 on the channel, all because of you guys, and I'm going to try my hardest to get out as many videos as I possibly can to you guys. So, and let's see, what else am I going to talk about here today? So, the Ming Panther has been shipped to me. I will have that very soon, and it does have, I kept saying Zimmerit stickers, and it turns out they're not stickers. They're actually decals, like the Zimmerit decals that went on. I'll pull this out and show it to you. This is not going to have both tanks on it, but I was showing another customer of mine the Zimmerit decal, and hopefully you can see the Zimmerit detail between, this is the Dragon model, and this is the new Academy model on it. And I think they do a very, very good job with those new Zimmerit decals. So the Panther from Ming is going to have all the Zimmerit decals, just like this here. And I found out afterward that if you have any of the delamination like I was talking about, a little tiny super glue, which I kind of figured, but I wasn't sure if it would, damage the decals and all. Now I'm actually hearing that they recommend that you do put a little super glue around the edge just to keep them sealed on there. But I think it's a great opportunity because you're going to have 5 different types of Zimmerit, guys. That way you can do every type of pattern for the Panther. So very excited about that. And like I said, I should have it at the beginning of next week. So 3 or 4 days later, hopefully we'll have a video on it because there's no interior on it. It's just the what do you call it? The outside body of it. There is a suspension set coming out for it as well. That looks very nice. Yeah, I also found out too that Trumpeter has released their new 2018 catalog, and it looks like they're going to be doing some Tiger tanks as well. So just when you thought there wasn't enough Tigers in the world, there's more Tigers coming. There's always more Tigers coming. Tigers and Panthers and Shermans. You never can have too much of those. Or ME109s, I guess, too. So much cool stuff are due on the horizon. And now I'm getting word, too, that the Ryfield model, yeah, it's a Panther G, pardon me. Panther G, Ryfield model, 35th scale, full interior. That one we should be seeing maybe in February. So that's another cool thing that we can build up. And they're going to have the late and the early mantlet on it that had the little chin on it. It was like a shot trap because the front of the Panthers used to have the round or half circle mantlet, and a lot of times the shell would come in, hit that thing, and go straight down into the driver's compartment and kill most of the crew. So they decided to put a lip on it, and the Ryfield kit's going to have both of them on it. So that's really cool. That way you can do a real late one or a mid-production Panther G. Can you see any questions? Well, since I've got so many of you guys on here, the things are flying by here. Do a Ming Mark V male. I haven't been able to get that kit in a while, but maybe we can. I definitely want to do some more World War I stuff. In fact, I was watching some stuff on YouTube the other day. In fact, there is a channel called The Great War, and it is all about World War I. And it was a day-by-day scenario of what was happening on that day. And I just heard he's going to be doing a World War II series too. So I don't know the name of it yet, but you might want to check into that. That'll be really interesting. Let's see. There's the phone going. It never fails. The phone's always ringing when I try to do a live feed. So, any other questions? Let's see. Tamiya colors or Vallejo Revell? I still love Tamiya the best. Tamiya is my favorite paint. It's foolproof in the sense that when you follow that instructions that I gave you guys about filling it with thinner, it's ready to go. It always works for me right there. Mission Models does very well. Vallejo is not bad paint. I'm not trying to say that at all. It's just a little bit thicker type paint, and even the air, to me, needed to be thinned down a little bit more. But everyone's making really good paint. To me, it's just once you learn something and you know how to do it just the way you want it, it's kind of hard to always deviate from that, especially if it's always working. Let's see. Any other questions you guys might have? One of your favorite tips from another tip that I always kind of forget sometimes is filling in gaps on a tank. Let's say you have, or anything for that matter. Let's say you have a little bit of a thing and you don't want to fill it all with putty. Another thing you can do is the stretch sprue effect, which is, when you take a piece of the sprue, light a lighter underneath it, stretch it out. You can use those little tiny strips of plastic to fill in the gaps on it. Put a little instant, or not instant, Tamiya fast drying cement, put that in there, and you really be amazed at how well that does for filling. And if there's anything around it, then you fill the rest of it with putty. So that way you have less likely to have shrinkage and have a thing that pops in there. So let's see, any other questions there? Hi from Pittsburgh. Well, hello back to you there. Hope you guys are all having a great holiday time. I can't believe 2017's over already for me. It's been a whirlwind. Let's see, anything else here? Do more ship models. Yes, I would like to do some more ship models. In fact, I'm in contacts with the people that import Hobby Boss and Trumpeter, and I understand there's going to be some more kits coming out from them, and I'm certainly planning on building them. Also, I see some more saying build some more cars. Well, I'm sure has some new stuff coming out that we will be getting a hold of pretty soon, and we'll be building some of those up for you guys, whether it be motorcycles. In fact, speaking of motorcycles, I just got another batch of motorcycles in from Tamiya, and I had such a fabulous time building that kit from Tamiya. That kit, to me, was just one of the best things about building that kit was just the way it comes out at the end. That's actually being one of the few kits that I'm actually going to take home. So I have some new motorcycles in there, so expect a new motorcycle kit pretty soon as well, because really like that one. I see a lot of you keep asking me to do the maybe not Hobby Boss, the Tacom T29, and I actually plan on it. I've got one put aside in my stash over behind my counter over here that I eventually will get to. Just so many other projects going on, but T29, I've looked it over. A friend of mine's building one as well. Looks like it's a pretty good kit, so we'll probably build that one up as well. Not in the immediate future, but pretty soon. Let's see, a B-17 or a large bomber. I'd love to do a big airplane like that. Unfortunately, the only B-17 that's really out there right now is the 48 scale Revell kit. And it was a good kit for its time, but it's kind of long in the tooth. I think we need a new 48 scale B-17. And at one point, I toyed with doing that HK Models 32nd scale one. But wow, that thing is huge. It actually comes with a big hunk of plastic that you screw to the wall so you can hang the entire model on the wall. Because the wingspan is like this big on it, and plus, like this long. I don't know where I'd put it. I'd have to hang it from the ceiling like everything else in here. So, helicopters. I'd love to build a helicopter too. The problem is, I like building the newer kits to show you guys, because most of you have had familiarity with some of the older kits, but there hasn't really been much new in helicopters at all. So, hey, Bill Moore, I think I talked to you on the phone the other day. How you doing today? Well, let's see. Any other questions? That I've got just a few more minutes before the clock hits 6 o'clock, and we'll see how things are going here that we can answer. 48 scale Condor, that's another one too. That kit's actually discontinued right now. I can't get a hold of that one too. That's a very unusual thing. Trumpeter makes so many models, but it's very funny that some of their older kits, they go away and they never come back again. I mean, think about all the 32nd scale airplanes that they came out from World War I, like the P-38 and some of the Corsairs, and none of my distributors carry any of that stuff anymore. So unless it's still out in China, if anyone over is in Hong Kong or South Korea that's watching this feed, or any of those countries, that do you guys have those over there? Because we can't get them over here anymore. Why do I not use primer? I use primer every once in a while, but I find that, to me, a paint sticks really well to the plastic. And also, I seal everything with a lacquer clear coat. So once you seal lacquer clear coat over the paint job, it's biting right into it right there, and it's really hard to have to come off. I will prime sometimes when there's a lot of metal parts, and it usually doesn't come up very often. In fact, this right here, the dinosaur I was showing you again, this is actually painted with Tamiya's red primer, the German red oxide primer. Spray the whole thing with the red oxide primer, then I go over it, let that fully dry, and this mist on black, just regular black, flat black paint, and then rub off. In fact, I've got to put another coat of it right here, but you can see a little better how, and I think it's starting to look quite a bit like, you know, like the stone rock that you think of when you think of, you know, dinosaur bones. And I didn't do any sanding on the rest of this vehicle. I didn't do any sanding on this dinosaur because I thought the layer. See, anything else? Anyone from the U.S.? Yeah, there's quite a few on here from the U.S. They're all saying hi from different parts of the United States. So, are airplanes, 35th scale airplanes? That's kind of an interesting question. I've always wondered about this. Why the model companies, maybe some of you know, maybe you can enlighten me on it. Why the airplane companies all went 32nd scale and the armor companies went 35th? Now, 48 scale, to me, has tried to introduce 48 scale armor. I know Bandai used to do it a long, long time ago, but it's kind of funny why no one settled on all these, you know, these scales. Now, 72nd scale armor and aircraft obviously match up right there, but it seems like everyone is, because we're all getting old, we're all needing glasses and stuff, that the bigger scale, the bigger it is, you know, the more people like it. Every time something monstrous comes out in the store, people are like, oh, who's going to buy that? And I sell a whole bunch of them every time. 48 scale U-boat, guys. The thing was like 5.5 feet long, and we sold a whole bunch of them because people want big scale with a lot of detail in it. And I certainly do. I love that kind of stuff. Let's see. Any other questions that we have here? Here. I have not seen a 16 scale Kettenkrad. I have seen the 6 scale from Dragon, but not a 16th one. To me, yeah, 1-to-1 scale. That would be a great one too. In fact, I was talking to, when I was telling you earlier about Mr. Feist at Uwe Feist, he is doing a complete restoration on a 1943 Kubelwagen. He's doing it in North Africa. And if you go on that Feist Books, that website I told you about, go on that right there, and he's got pictures of all of the Kubelwagen he's working on. It's a really, really cool vehicle. Let's see, any other questions just before we have to wrap it up here? I'm hearing a lot from a lot of your European friends, so I know it's very late, or I should say very early in the morning for you guys, and I appreciate you guys tuning in for it. I did this kind of a spur of the moment. I was just closing everything down, and I go, you know what, I got a few minutes, and I wanted to wish everybody a happy new year, and I hope everyone had a great holiday. And I thought, this is the perfect time right now. It's kind of slow just at the last couple minutes before you close, so perfect timing for it. And I wanted to share with all of you guys. So if any of you guys have tuned in late, don't forget the video will be back online in a few minutes, and then you can watch the beginning part on it. And so we talked about the diorama, things like that. And, oh, and actually all of our friends down in Australia and New Zealand, I see lots of you are tuning in there. And okay, tell me right now, in Australia or New Zealand, what time are you guys at? Because it is almost 6 o'clock here in Arizona. So tell me what you guys are dealing with right there. I know most of Europe is like 8 to 10 hours ahead of me, but what are we talking about? 20 hours? 1:50 p.m. Okay, and yep. Oh, okay. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon in New Zealand, according to that. So, and another one is at 9. So yeah, you guys are. It's wonderful that this day and age that we can do, and I can get on here. Oh, 12. Okay, noon in Sydney. So that's good to know. I was just kind of curious what we're talking about here. And 2 o'clock in the morning in Amsterdam. Wow. Hey, I appreciate to be 2 o'clock in the morning. It seems like the older I get, at 10 o'clock at night, I'm ready to go to bed now. So 2 o'clock and to be watching me, that's wonderful. Hopefully you guys are modeling right now too. Do you have this going on in the background and doing a little modeling? So that's what I want you guys to do. Go on Mediocre Modelers on Facebook. Show me all the things you're working on. I go on there all the time, check in. Like I said, right after the video is over, I'll go on there and approve everyone who wants to go on there. Mediocre Modelers Club on Facebook is just a place for sharing and being good to each other. The only thing we have is that only thing that I ask is no one be a jerk to anyone else. If everyone's great to everyone, we all get along wonderfully right there. And that's the thing. Let's encourage each other. Let's keep this hobby going and not tear everything everyone does apart. I mean, I screwed up on, like I just told you, I screwed up on this. We all make mistakes. I didn't notice it. I should have noticed it, but putting those bogeys on in case you guys are wondering on that. But excuse me. So yeah, that's my policy on there. Just be kind to each other and really encourage each other, because we got to keep this hobby alive and thriving. I love this time. Now, I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, when I was a kid in the 70s, it was like you got Revell and that was about it. And for the time they were okay, but now I love having Ming and Tacom and all the great Tamiya kits and Academy and Trumpeter and Hobby Boss, and God, it's just the list is a mile long on it right there. Can you do a radio control tank? You know, I might be doing one like that. We'll be talking to Tamiya a little bit more. Maybe we can do the next type of radio control big tank that comes out for them. That'll be a while, I'm sure, but we do have that Panzer IV-J that we're supposed to get fairly soon, and that was a radio control tank. It's minus the radio control stuff, so it's the same purpose of building and things, but it'll have a little tiny motor for turning on and driving over stuff and things like that. You know, I'll be playing with it all day in the store in here, and that's how I like to do things. So I'm still a kid at heart, and that's the greatest thing is, you know, don't fully grow up. Just have some fun with it. And that's why I love modeling right there. I'm 48 years old and I love to do modeling. That's it in a nutshell. So it looks like I've got about 3 minutes to go here before I've got to let you guys go. More planes? Yes, I will be making some more planes. I'm kind of sticking with Tamiya because, honestly, I'm not the greatest plane maker in the world because I don't build them very often. And the more you build something, the better you get at it. So we will be doing more planes, but we'll probably be doing some Tamiya stuff first because they just make it so much easier to do an airplane. I mean, it doesn't make me want to pull what little hair I have out left on it. So we're gonna keep doing those, and there's lots and lots of stuff coming out. All kinds of crazy stuff. So, and we may eventually do a Hobby Boss or a Trumpeter or one of those other kits like that. So, it's all that kind of great modeling that is coming out. So, just the last couple of questions here, and then we'll let you guys go. What do you use for the little dots on camouflage smocks? I've done some figures in the past, and there is a company that makes dot pattern camouflage for your 35th scale figures. That is way easier than trying to hand paint all that, and above my pay grade, we'll call it. So it's the broken key out of the door. Oh, I don't know how to do that. It's snowing in South Holland. Well, it was about 72 here today, guys, in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was in the low 40s overnight. So I can't really sympathize with you. I don't like the cold anymore, and this is perfect. It's even cold for us right now. I have to turn the heat on when it hits 70 degrees in the house, so my blood is way thinned. So 8 degrees in Missouri. Oh man, couldn't handle that right now. Hey, a big hello to my friends in Germany, and one more time, and I'm just going to say it, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. All my European friends, my friends in all over Asia, Africa, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere in the world. In fact, it's really amazing that YouTube allows you as a creator to go on there, and I can see where all of my views come from. And just about every single country in the world, someone has watched one of my videos, which I think is just incredible, and it's such a cool thing. Even a few, I don't know how this is working, there's a few even in Iran and even in China. And I thought YouTube was banned in China, but maybe not. Maybe it might be what's happening in Hong Kong. I'm not sure about that. But just recently, I've been getting views in China. So, boy, I'd love to open it to them, because I bet you there's some incredible modelers over there, too, that since most of the stuff is made over there, I would imagine there's quite a few guys from there. Hello to my friend in Poland here, and Happy New Year to everybody. I'm going to let you guys go now. Don't forget to go on there and show me all your stuff. I do look at all the pictures on there, and all the time. I love to see what you guys are working on, and gives me ideas. And hello from Brazil. I know he's popped up a few times there. So, hey, thank you guys again. I'm glad you guys hopefully had a Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, and a very, very, very Happy New Year. And look forward to this diorama pretty soon. Like I said, this is just the pink board glued. I gotta let this dry overnight, and then we'll start doing all of the plaster work on it. So we'll keep you in touch on that. So you guys have a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.